My name is Shania. I grew up in a small town where everyone knows everyone, where evenings smell like tea and dust, and dreams are often whispered, not spoken loudly. I got married at the age of 21. I had dreams about marriage, not big movie-like dreams, but simple ones. Warm conversations, a partner who listens, a life that feels safe. But before my wedding, my friends filled my head with stories. Some laughed and said, "Marriage is so romantic, Shania, you'll feel butterflies." Others scared me. They leaned closer and whispered, "It's tiring, it's awkward, the first night is scary." So I entered marriage carrying excitement in one hand and fear in the other. The wedding day itself was exhausting. Loud music, relentless smiles, heavy jewelry pulling my neck down, a dress so heavy it felt like I was carrying everyone's expectations with me. By night, my feet ached, my head throbbed, and my heart was beating too fast. When I finally entered the room, it felt strange to be alone there. The room was decorated with flowers, soft lights glowing like they were trying not to embarrass us. I sat on the edge of the bed, removing my bangles slowly, listening to the silence. Then the door opened. My husband walked in. He looked just as tired as me. His smile was hesitant, unsure. He closed the door gently, as if the room itself needed rest. For a few seconds, we didn't speak. He stood near the table, pretending to arrange something that didn't need arranging. I stared at my hands, pretending they were the most interesting thing in the world. Finally, he cleared his throat. "Long day," he said. I nodded quickly. "Very long." That simple sentence broke something. The tension loosened. He laughed softly and said, "I think my feet have officially resigned." I laughed, a real laugh, the nervous kind that comes from relief. We started talking about how chaotic the wedding was, how hungry we still felt, how neither of us understood half the rituals. At one point, he reached for the glass of water placed between us. At the same time, I reached for it too. Our fingers touched, just lightly, but that touch sent a quiet spark through me. Not dramatic, not overwhelming, just enough to make me pause. We both froze. Then he smiled, shy and apologetic. "Sorry." "It's okay," I said softly, not pulling my hand away immediately. That small moment changed the air in the room. We were no longer two strangers sharing a room. We were two people learning each other. We talked more about our childhoods, about silly fears, about how strange it felt to suddenly belong to someone. He told me he was nervous too, that he didn't want to make me uncomfortable. That honesty made me feel safe. Later, when the lights dimmed, there was no rush, no pressure, just quiet laughter, gentle words, two shy hearts adjusting to a new rhythm. That night didn't feel like the dramatic beginning everyone talks about. It felt better. It felt like the first page of a book, written slowly, with patience, with kindness. And as sleep finally found us, I realized something simple and beautiful. A new chapter doesn't begin with perfection. It begins with comfort, with conversation, with one small touch that says, "We'll learn this together." If this story touched your heart, if it felt real, if it reminded you of your own silent moments, please like this video, share it with someone special, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more heartfelt stories like this.